Alright, this video is kind of dedicated to those who aren't really sure what kind of build they're looking for, but they know they want to do melee. I have one that's kind of effective for me and my play style. I want to make it clear that this is not by any means a end game build. I don't know what people at level 90 doing super expeditions are doing. This video is also made with the assumption that you've already unlocked the Stormfall mode. It's when you beat the main campaign. You unlock what's if you're familiar with Diablo 3, this is basically adventure mode. So I want to give you a little rundown of my build here. I use the Wrath of Beth. Let's pull up S. There it is. Okay. So these runes aren't really you can adjust them to your own personal style. I personally go with the speed, minimal rage cost, weapon damage, area of effect, a new attack to the combo. You might see that in action here in a minute. And ailment damage. This one I can kind of do whatever I want with. I'm not. Yeah, let's give it more damage. Why not? Okay, so it's now getting on par with before I duplicated it. Don't ask me anything about duplication. I don't know if it makes anything stronger or whatever. But there you go. Next one is Bleeding Edge. Again, I kind of focus on damage, area of effect, more damage, critical chance. You know, let's give that more critical chance. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, okay. I just gave it 40, so. And increases damage per ailment stack. I could probably switch that out with something. That one's cool. Again, some of this is adjustable. I also use Sovereign Shout. What do I give it? Resistance. This is kind of whatever you want or whatever you think will fit the party if you're playing with friends and stuff. I have an extra point. Let's do Globe. I'm not playing with friends, so I'm not going to do the ones that generate more threat. Don't really need those. Second one, Wings of Ishmir. It's your sort of a dive attack, and I've got another one to do. Ailment, threat generation again. Let's do damage. So what I got on that is flight speed. That just makes it like really fast, like woo. It's a lot slower otherwise. Flight speed grants a buff for each enemy hit on landing. So I try to aim for clusters, and it gives me a bunch of like minor buffs, and it's pretty cool. Critical chance, of course. Weapon damage, etc., etc. The main. This is the main ability of this build. It's Bladestorm. I got another point. Let's do ailment. Increases damage per ailment an enemy has. Well, now that I've got the two, let's do that one. Rage generation. A reduced rage cost because you want this going as long as possible. And this is the what you need for this to work is the unfettered determination. Basically, you hold down right click and you basically Bladestorm for days. If you do it right. Ailment. Enemies hit by the skill spawn health globes. That helps you get a little bit of your survivability. Critical damage. And increases critical chance when an enemy is killed with Bladestorm. Since you're going to be doing this skill most of the time, this is pretty nice. Again, some of this you can modify, like the increased damage is really nice. So I don't know if you ever get more than 9 modifier points. I've only gotten skills to 57, so that's the main thing. For attributes, mostly ferocity. I do 8 in ferocity and then 2 in agility. So that's food for thought. Again, modifiable. So my crit chance is 46.2. So roughly half of my skills will crit, and that's really useful. Why is that not going away? Oh, because that's a different thing, I think. I picked up a trait that should be going away in 3 seconds when I'm out of combat, but it might think I'm in combat, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to zoom this out. Once again, some of this is going to be variable. I am level 63, so if you're like a level 40 and you're looking to rejigger your build, you're not going to get some of this, so that's fine. The main thing you want to go for, not that, I'm just looking at it. This is the willpower and rage. You definitely want this attack speed at some point. I think I picked this up in my 50s. You want the critical hit chance score. That's really useful. This is attack speed. That's my overload point. More damage for everything that's around you. 2% damage per 100 spent unrage point. That's really good because this build kind of keeps you at pretty high range. You're going to run out eventually, and you'll see this build in action here in a minute. I'm just looking at the major nodes. This one, now this purple area I just picked up in recent levels. Because once I got all this stuff, I did these like outline ones that connect like the tier 2 and tier 3 bubbles. So that's pretty helpful to have. So I just explored these. The one additional ailment, that's pretty useful. Chance to hit more ailments. And I'm not sure if I should have taken this one. I will say this is not exactly optimal placement. I'm just kind of figuring it out. This game's pretty good with letting you kind of explore stuff a little bit. Over here, I got attack speed. I think I went in this direction. No. Okay, I went through it this direction. So this is just some material damage. This is really good. That counts to your physical damage, I believe. Attack score, attack speed. So I mostly focus on my health more than the force shield. Oh, this one's really important, the global life leech. Again, I'll zoom this out again so you can, if you really want to take a screenshot, you can. Just to give you an idea, some of this you can probably sacrifice if you don't want to, like, if you don't feel like you need that extra rage, you don't have to go for it, or you don't have to get all these. So if you're around my level and you're better at these games than I am, you could probably figure it out. Again, I'm level 63. I've got like 30 more points I can spread, and I've kind of run out of ideas, to be honest, on where to go. So I'm just kind of exploring the ailment stuff. When applying ailments, more stacks are applied to the enemy. Other forms of damage are less potent. Okay, I don't want to do that. Killing an enemy afflicted with ailments gives you a temporary damage boost. That is really useful. I think I might go for that next by getting resistances, ailment stack. No, wait, no, hold on. Yeah. Ailment stack, spell. See, I'm going to get that spell damage, and that's going to be a waste of a couple levels, but, you know, you do what you got to do. Like, that sounds like useful, but it's not negative 30% damage. That is not DOTs, and most of my damage is not that. And I got these. Unleashed Fury. This is the one that I was mousing over that should be expended by now. I'm not fully sure how this works, to be quite honest, but we'll see how it goes. I think I will say part of my gear is kind of carrying me a little bit. I've got this really nice axe. You can look at that while I take a drink. Delicious. It's pretty good. It's taken me a fair ways. I just got this pistol, so that's pretty cool. That's going to be nice on my range character that I'm going to set up eventually. I wish it didn't have that sacred damage, so this has some potential to be more damaging, but I'm going to have to like use one of these to re-roll it. But I really like the crit score on it, the 28% material damage on attacks with this weapon. That's really good. Like, my own axe is 29%, so it's pretty beefy. So that's for a pretty beefy pistol in general, but... So, we're going to do a little bit of this. I open up with the jump, and then I just right-click to victory. Honestly, the Bleeding Edge, that's my number 2 skill. It's kind of situational. It's when I get surrounded, but I don't have enough rage to start spinning. I'm in like one of the side rooms, so there's not a lot here. This is, honestly, the Bladestorm is good, but honestly, the Wrath of Whatever is probably my highest damaging. So I can definitely imagine like a dagger rogue build using that a lot, and it being very helpful. So it's food for thought depending on... This was kind of a waste of an exploration room, but whatever, here we go. You might actually see me fail this because I lost a couple of my lives against other bosses. There's certain kinds of bosses with certain rollouts and certain kits that I don't do well against. But again, in the hands of a better player, this is not a terrible build. I kind of even use this to traverse maps. As you can watch my rage on the down there, I get rage, I think, either on enemy kills or enemy hits. I want to say kills, because I've fought elite enemies and my rage will start draining more. That's a stabby bro. They're pretty tough. When the bosses get stunned like that, that's when I kind of stop spinning to launch my Wrath ability, and it's my highest damage ability. Even though it's an AoE, I've kind of spec'd it for the crit and stuff, so it's pretty beefy, that skill. Oh, okay, a little weird. This game is pretty buggy, but if you've been a bit starved for an ARPG, you could do a lot worse than this one. Grim Dawn is still pretty solid. I think that one's had a couple expansions, but this one's it's new and shiny, and people like it. There's a little bit of controversy going on the instability. When it first launched, the servers were down for like 2 days. I just played offline for a while. I didn't care. When I was offline, I started with an archer character. But when I was stuck in the offline mode, I decided to explore melee builds, because in fact there is a glitch where flying enemies, kind of like the smaller bat enemies, are almost impossible to hit. Like their hitbox is almost invisible unless you hit them with an AoE or switch to a melee weapon, and then you can swing and hit them. But you could not hit them with projectiles. So I switched to a melee build for a few levels in the story mission. I was really enjoying how it felt, because I think I discovered the Wrath ability. I don't think I had Bladestorm at the time, but I did have Wrath, and I think I had Bleeding Edge, and I was just using that just to get through a couple levels. And then I discovered I really liked how it felt. So when I finally got back online, I completely respect my like level 30-ish archer character into what you see now. Okay. So this is oh, yep. Okay, I got all 3 tokens. That's good. Nope. I'm gonna try to break his armor. Yep, I've run out of rage. Okay, God. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna have to use my thing. Nope, that's gonna kill me. Ugh. Nope, there it goes. Okay, so he's kind of annihilating me. Oh, he's healing. Okay. This isn't ready, but we're gonna have to use it. Okay. That's not gonna last forever, but it's a pretty good hit. This is the last level of the expedition too. Yep, I'm probably gonna die. Yep. Okay. Nope. Nope, don't want to get near his. His is stronger than mine. Okay, I'm getting him. Oh, no rage! No! Okay, that was a tactical error on my part. Oh, I ran out of rage at the worst possible second. So we're gonna... Okay. Dang it. There's another glitch going on right now where all your cosmetics might clear entirely. So I have not used a single die I've collected since that glitch happened. Alright, drop that there. Drop these. We're gonna drop that there. We're gonna do this. We're gonna go there. And we're not gonna use that yet. because I want to show you. I want to show any viewers this might have what this build is supposed to do. So I started at level 61 when we're going to go down one, and we're not going to do any modifiers because that's what killed me, essentially, because all the enemies had 29% more than they should have. So, more health, rather. So everything was... Because I started this recording on a whim, because I just wanted to share my build a little bit. So I'm 5 levels above things here, but that doesn't mean much because when you get into the higher levels, you're not really replacing gear all the time. So I'm pretty sure some of this is like level... See, I'm level 63. These gloves are 44, 54, 58, 50, 60, a 38 amulet of level 40 and 42 ring and weapon. So you're not like constantly upgrading. At least I'm not. Oh, these guys will hurt too. Okay, he's got an armor. I want to break it. Stop him from doing... Okay, cool. I don't even know what got me. I don't know if those balls hurt or not because I've taken them before. Okay, he just... Okay, cool. Well, that's 2 tokens down already, and I just started. I should just forfeit this one. Honestly. Yep. He just... And jump. Nope. Okay, I press space to jump through it because the dodge has an iframe invincibility, so you get like a second of invincibility when you use that, but that was BS. I've said it a few times already. I will say there's probably better players than me. I will not... I have illusions of that fact. I want that. It's like 2 or 3 failures in a row. My garrison isn't really getting any progress. And I don't like that. I purposefully did not take any modifiers. Just so I could survive more, but apparently the game's like, nah, you're dead. There's certain boss enemy types that I have issues with. That's one of them. Anyway, I'm not going to clear this whole thing on recording. I just want to do a little bit of the gameplay. If for whatever reason this is one of the first Wolcen videos you're watching, I don't know why that would be the case, because I certainly wouldn't be... I don't have enough subscribers or views to warrant being on a top viewee listing. But just in case, this is not a beginner guide of any kind. I just wanted to show the build. And a legendary chess piece. I can't get to it though. This is definitely like what the game looks like when you're done with the main campaign and you're kind of in farm mode. The expeditions are basically like riffs from Diablo 3. And that's kind of what I've been pushing. Because in order to get higher level, I almost said greater rifts, higher level expeditions, you have to beat you have to beat all 3 levels of an expedition, and then you can start it from a higher level. Because I was like level 48 before I kind of figured that out. So I was like level 48 fighting a bunch of level 40s, and I couldn't understand what I had to do to raise their levels. But I figured it out. With the help of the Discord. Which is a little toxic right now, I won't lie. There's a lot of, like, you should know better sentiments. But I don't know much about the Wolcen studio, but I do know this is their only game on Steam. So I'm not going to try to impose AAA requirements on a not AAA studio. Also, I paid the full like release $40 for it. I have well over 40 hours at this point, so like I'm not even mad. As far as I'm concerned, I got my money's worth. If I don't have 40 hours, I soon will. I sometimes use the jump because it gives you some free rage regardless if you hit enemies or not. So like using it doesn't hurt, other than the fact that you won't have you'll activate the cooldown. Oh, here's the end arena. So you might see me. This one's going pretty well. You might see me do a boss that I'll actually win against. Yeah, there's a lot I'm not even explaining. Like I didn't explain any of this. But that's for other videos. At some point I would like to explore the multiplayer on this, but I hear it's difficult or next to impossible to like party with people, but I think you can join like random lobbies, but actually partying up with friends is not doable. As of this recording, they might have fixed that by now, but they haven't fixed my cosmetic thing. Taking a drink. Cosmetic system is pretty cool. Oh, look it did it! Just as I was talking about it. It went and cleared my whole... Wait, no, there they are. Ooh! Okay. I was about to be mad, but it has cleared them before. Like, there's a variant of this chest piece, like a less elaborate one that's just... It's usually right next to it that I don't have anymore. I'm missing a few rogue pieces. And I just kind of got my girl geared up like a rogue-ish, like a combat rogue. Because she was originally like an archer type, so. This is probably one of my favorite pieces. It's on my mage. As for my mage, I'm following the Plague Lord build, which you can YouTube. Okay. That's not great. I don't like these enemies. They're hard. Oh, he doesn't have armor to break either, so he's never going to be, like, stunned. Haha, jerk. Oh, that didn't hit him at all. Okay. I need to get out of here. Okay. Here's what I need to do. I need to generate some rage. Get back. Okay. I need to hit him with some of this. Okay. I will never claim to be good at this game. In fact, okay, in order to beat some of the story bosses, I actually had to downgrade oh no! I had to downgrade the difficulty from normal mode to story mode so I could actually do stuff. Oh yeah, that's that's like his hardest hitting attack. I don't want to be hit by that. I need rage. There we go. So that's how a typical boss fight goes. You take a few hits, you got a couple close calls, but this... Despite the Wrath of Whatever being a single attack, or being an AoE, I kind of use it as a boss killer because I have it spec'd specifically for like crit and such. I think I have the life leech thing as well. Did I explain that? No, I don't. I thought I gave that life leech. Grants a life leech buff to yourself. There's a typo there. Oh, okay, I thought it healed me. But it heals me because I have that one big passive global life leech and with another 2% on top of that. So that's probably what heals me. One thing I forgot to explain this in the beginning. Crap. Okay. Like this perk right here can now apply +1 additional ailments. if you look at my skills, like this only starts with the burn stuff, not the shock. That just showed up once I took that. And that's with all of them. Like this started with the burn, it didn't have the bleed, or that might be the other way around actually. I think it started with the bleed. And that one doesn't have one, and this, I think this one was a burn, and that perk gave it the shock. And this one I know for a fact started with the freeze. Really? Shock and burn? I thought it was freezing people. I don't understand my own build, yo. I could have swore this was freezing people. One of the quality of life updates this game needs to have is you can only respec the entire tree. You can't respec certain ones. Like it cost me $15.75 of that currency. So that's unfortunate, but that's how the cookie crumbles. So anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope it was informative. I will show you, I will just keep that on there for a minute. And I hope that helps. It works. This is the build I've essentially used to burn through the story mode. I went for the life leech first, I think. Maybe I didn't. This build looks a little odd because it. Yeah, because I respected my 30s. Because if I went straight for the life leech, it would have gone like through this tree, but I'm missing that one. I didn't go through this. So I don't know what I did. But you can kind of follow whatever warrior-esque build you want as long as it's these few skills. And it's really the skills and the passives that you want to look at. Anyway, toodles.